Alright guys, so what I have done is I have taken my scalpel and my forceps and I've basically scraped away as much of the muscle and connective tissue as I possibly could. The next thing I did was I removed the strip of skin and connective tissue by just pinching down here and cutting this away and setting that to the side. So now what I'm down to are the individual spinous processes. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if you count this one up here, 6 little spinous processes, so 6 vertebrae. So what I'm going to do now is take my scissors, and this is going to take just a little bit of force. So I'm going to hold on to one of the spinous processes, and I'm going to take my scissors and snip away the tissue that is actually between the individual spinous processes. There's a little bit of muscle placed between there, and there's certainly a lot of connective tissue as well. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my forceps, hold very securely, and I'm going to take my scissors and almost poke down, almost like I'm grabbing hold of the piece of bone just at the base. We call it the vertebral arch. And I'm going to do this all the way along. Okay. Those first two I had already cut, so this one's going to take just a little bit more force. Go. And you'll feel it when you get through the bone. There we go, and you feel it release as well. So I'm just going to do those 3, and I'm going to come on to the other side and do the same thing. So I've cut away the first 2 already, so I'm going in for that 3rd one. Oops. A little piece of the bone coming off, that's okay. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my scissors or my blunt probe, and I'm going to try to slide this in kind of underneath a little bit so that I can kind of pull these pieces of bone up and off just a little bit. So we're going to manhandle just a little bit. I think there's a little bit of bone left, so I've got to snip away. There we go. And there's this piece of bone right here. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to peel away some of this gelatinous blood stuff out of the way, and you can see very clearly now that I've exposed the dorsal aspect of the thoracic spinal cord. Okay. If I put my blunt probe underneath of it and I pull up just a little bit, as I run along, I'll find little areas where I can see the dorsal rootlets, like right there. Okay, and I can see those at various locations. There's some more. There's some more. The ventral rootlets are going to be buried just a little bit south of that. So in order to see those, we might have to cut away just a little bit more. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back when I have pulled out just a little bit more.